That's all right.
Oh, there we are. Yay. How are you?
Oh,
We're
hanging in there.
recording.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello,
Oh,
hello. It's Renee
hello,
Greenwood.
but how are you?
Ah, sleeping today. I can't wake up again.
How
Not
was the
having a hard
weekend?
time.
How
Wasn't
was your
bad.
weekend?
It was good. It was good.
Uh, hmm And for me, I was extremely ill. Um, where I, really, 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 I remember when I first arrived in Canada, um, 4 years ago in 2020, that energy.
Are you there? I don't see you now. I just see the. Okay. Yeah, there I
Do
am.
you
I don't
do
see
you
you though.
remember
I
when?
just see.
You don't see me now?
eh, No, because I just see your name on the screen. I don't see you.
How bizarre again. We let it be that way, okay? And let's
All
not.
right. As long as I can hear you.
It's,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Okay.
Mercury retrograde, and I'm just not. And
I know.
I have had um, a serious weekend of Lord Almighty heavens and the heat.
Uh,
The humidity.
the tropical. You want to go to the tropics? You got it.
The nervous systems. I mean, my nervous system was like uh, so in pain that, I mean, when you get to that level of pain, I think that you forget all the tips you give yourself, but you pray a lot.
Hey, please get
and
better. Yeah, leave
and
me
but I
alone.
did something probably out of instinct, and I was
Mm.
ordering something on Amazon because it was just really bad. Okay, but I came across this little book, and it was amazing. It's called The Practice of the Presence of God. Okay,
Oh, that
and
sounds
it's a
nice. Yeah.
very, very, very old. But the serendipity in it was when I received it was the 23rd of August, 2024. Okay.
All right. Read the name again. The practice
It's the practice of the presence of God. Okay.
of the of the presence of God. Okay.
And it's the letters of a old monk. And it was, the first date mentioned in there was the 23rd of August, 1666.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
And the serendipity was for me that I received it. I received it on August 23rd, 2024. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In the first part of the page, in one of the beginning, it's a very, very small book. It looks like this.
You can't see it.
Uh,
Okay. I can't see you. I can't see the
can
book.
can you see?
I can't see
No,
you. No, I just
no.
see your name. Just your
Okay,
name.
I gotta move. Could you see this?
All I see is your name across the screen.
Okay. Anyway, this little book, like I said, the first date mentioned in it is the 23rd of August, 1666.
Mm-hmm.
And I received it on the 23rd of August, 2024. 358 years later, I get this message. You know, you
Delayed
get what I'm saying?
reaction. Yeah,
You, you,
delayed reaction. Yep.
you get the serendipity in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And it's the conversations of this Benedictine monk
Mm-hmm.
that becomes a monk later in his life after having been a soldier and everything else. Like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
imagine life in 1666. Okay,
Yeah. After that,
and
yeah.
his knowledge of the presence of God with him. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't even. I mean, it's a very thin book. It's got 40 pages, and it
Mm.
is very difficult. It was difficult. I was so ill, and I was reading it, and I was like, I made a purpose to read it. And so as I'm reading it last night at about 9 o'clock, praying to God to just give me back something to move with.
I know, 'cause you felt so awful, right?
Yeah, it was like, just so I'm reading this book and it tells me in the book, okay, that I pointed out too many little passages, but this passage, that we ought not to be wary of doing little things for the love of God, who regards not the greatness of the work, but the love with which it's performed.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yeah.
we're thinking about these people in 1666. I was looking for my sanity, my my thirst for knowing the mind, as far as like, how did these people think, right?
Yeah.
Even though we read, I read, the Blavatsky and the Blue
Yeah.
Books and
Right.
everything you can imagine. I read, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
and through all this entire weekend, okay, so this comes to me, and that we should not wonder if in the beginning we often fail in our endeavors, but at last we should gain a habit which will naturally produce its acts in us without our care and our exceeding great delight. To, without our care, and by practicing being in the presence of God, being God, being the
Mm-hmm.
golden rule. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Wherever your duty is, that you
Right.
perform it from the. And anyway, there's a little. I don't have time to go over this right now, but I'll probably make a thing about it, a video about it. But what happened? There was a passage where it. You know how I pray a lot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, this thing was, it's not just about the prayer, it's to ask for grace.
Yeah.
You know, it's not it's not just the prayer. Sometimes we do the prayer very much, but when we come to the moment I was last night at 9 o'clock, it was just give me grace, kill me, come and get me now. You
Yeah.
know,
I can't deal with this anymore. Yeah.
yeah, it was, and the misery of the heat, right?
Oh yeah.
And the humidity, I
Oh.
felt, I said, anybody that's in hell cannot move.
Yeah, it must be like that. You felt like you were
I
in
did,
hell.
I
Yeah.
did, I did. So anyway, so I started to, my brain started to activate and everything else. And next thing I know, I came across this amazing little exercise. Okay. I mean, I was desperate. Okay.
And has something's got to be there to help me, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Anything to bring me to a place where I could activate, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I've come across this video on YouTube about, putting your legs against the wall up for 40 minutes, for
Right.
20 minutes, for 20
Yeah.
minutes
Right.
daily.
Mm.
And, at 2:20 in the morning,
Yeah, it's a heck of a time trying to do that. All right.
no, I'm doing it. Okay. And I discovered the most, end of the day, most powerful, where you cannot not think of what's going on with you position.
Do you fall asleep?
No, I went in meditation, and but I did the 20 minute. I put a timer on, because I
Mm-hmm.
need circulation. I mean, like I was so, it was so miserable. Okay, we're talking about
Mega miserable. Yeah.
So within
Mm-hmm.
20 minutes, my nerves started to settle.
Oh,
Okay,
good.
I
Yeah.
fell asleep for without pain, like and I didn't wake up with pain this morning.
Oh,
Okay,
that's nice. Really
so
nice.
I'm going to make a habit of that every night,
That
and
exercise really made a difference for you. It brought everything together. Yeah.
I'm going to, legs up, and at the end of the night, that's okay.
Yeah. It doesn't matter when it is. Don't do it at 2 in the morning, at 3 in the morning. Yeah.
It doesn't matter when you're in that kind of event. You've been in those events
Yes, boy, do I know it. My
where
mind,
you would
I
do
know.
where
Yeah,
you would do actually anything to save your
yeah,
to save
yeah,
to get you away from the pain. You
yeah.
know,
When my migraines, it was like that. Yeah,
you know, it's
yeah,
like just take me, you know, and just get me out of this body.
yeah.
Uh,
I have to. Yeah, I have to go someplace else and not feel this. Yeah.
it was horrible, and it was like so last night. Yes, at 2:20 I did that. This morning I woke up. I still not feeling top notch. Okay,
But the
but
big pain was gone.
but the 90% of the pain was gone.
Wow.
Okay, and my I you know you put a pillow on the bottom of your back because we're not in, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And you get as close your booty as close to the wall as possible with your legs up and leave them there for 20 minutes. No matter what, Renee, it clears the head.
It cleared
It
the head, huh? Wow.
it clears the head. It clears the sinuses.
Oh,
It
that
clear
too. Yeah, that's good.
it clears everything, Renee.
Mm.
You should try it. Okay.
Yeah, I
And
need to see. I can't get up. I can't lay down on the floor. I can't lay
you
down
can do it
flat.
from your bed,
I
you
can't lay
know.
down on my bed. That's the problem. I can't lay
Well,
down on my bed. My
well,
back.
you if I will give you the results, you know, in about 7 days after, because I'm going to do it daily.
And
I'm
see.
going to
Yeah.
practice something for 30 days, you know, and I'm probably going to keep up the habit. Okay. So, because
Made a difference for you. Yeah.
it made an immediate difference for me. Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
So now let's not change the subject, but we want to think about this. I wanted to get in touch with the thought of the past, you know, not just the scriptures and the secrets. And I just wanted to get in touch. So I got this book. It came to me, you know, I was ordering and I saw this and and it was $4.50.
Oh,
Okay.
couldn't beat that. Yeah.
You know, it was like,
Yeah.
and because I was looking for the book, The Dark Night of the Soul by Saint John.
Oh, I
And
didn't. Okay.
and I got that, and that was only $5,
Wow. It was bad
and,
at all.
but
Mm.
those are the old,
Mm-hmm.
reference points that we
Yeah.
have. Now we can share. I hope that we can share a screen, but we want to look at the energy points that we're in right now, Renee. Okay, this is so important to understand that, you know, it becomes clearer and clearer to me, and I don't, and that is just my opinion. This is not something that I can prove right now or anything like that, but it's a thought that I can release in the air and say,
Mm-hmm.
when we talk about what is the the difference between, you know, retrogrades and directs. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
I think we have a prominent moment in the cosmos and the astrology is to realize the amount of months that Pluto goes direct and the amount of months that Pluto goes retrograde, right? During 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
It's about
Mm-hmm.
half time. It's about half and half.
Oh, half and half. Okay.
You know, it's like that all the time. It's
All
always been
the
that way.
time. Okay. All right.
Okay, so you can see there is a motive of retrograde and there's a motive of direct. When we talk about motive, we talk about motivations with it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
motive, the action, the sensation, the awareness, the content, right?
Uh-huh.
So yes, we get affected by that. And right
Mm,
now we have Pluto in retrograde, right? And
right.
it is retrograde into one of our favorite sign, Capricorn.
Oh,
Well, at
yeah.
least the one we know the best, that
Mm-hmm.
we reflect with the best. When you look
Mm.
at the rays today, do you see the rays?
Nope, not just your name
Okay.
across the screen. Yeah.
Okay, well, we're gonna go fix that because God is the rays. Okay, there's
You want to see
that's
the rays, what they're doing
we
right
want to
now.
see
Yeah.
you want to see the rays, my friend,
Mm-hmm.
because this is I'm gonna stop sharing,
Important, yeah.
and I'm gonna go to share, optimize for video, optimize for readability. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, my eyes were in such, uh, I couldn't even read very well.
Oh, you
So
had pain behind your eyes.
if we're talking
Everything
about
hurt. Everything hurt.
the hair too,
Your
so
head hurt. Wow.
yeah. So, can you see this?
Wait, it's doing something. Wait a minute. It's why it's buffering right now. Looks like it's trying to come in. It's not there yet.
Well, yeah, we have to remember that we are going under tremendous cosmic changes.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, we're going through a cosmos that is aligning with a future that we have prepared for, right?
Yeah. I had forgotten about Mercury retrograde. Yeah.
Oh, we're going to be in it. We're going to be actually Mercury station right now. Okay.
When does it go actually into retrograde?
As soon as it's done stationing, probably by the end of the night, at the end of the day or
The other
tomorrow.
day. Today. Yeah. Oh, today's the day then. Okay.
Yeah, but when it's stationed, it's even more stubborn. Okay.
Oh, is it? Okay. All
It's
right.
stationed. It's. You remember little kids that put their foot down and
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
that sense of it. You see
No, it's still buffering. It's not bringing the picture up. It's like it's
well, anyway,
trying. Yeah.
I'll mention that, but there's only the first way. That's about maybe a third
All right.
out.
This is outwardly. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Third out.
Yes. Okay. And the second array is like maybe a tenth. No, it says about a tenth out. Okay. And we have the fifth ray all the way out.
February was science and technology.
Science and technology, and it is coming at us fast and furious. Okay.
Oh, God, yeah.
It is beautiful. I actually tapped in my disease way into this new microbiology, defining the cells. Okay. And oh my goodness gracious alive, people. Okay, we're talking about we in our microbiology are ions and proteins and this. They form a motor.
You want to explain that? Yeah.
Well, I'll show it to you when like a motor. It's like it's an engine. Okay, it's like it attached. It's like the proteins and everything else that goes with that,
Right.
the neutrons and the ions, they all attach themselves to a certain circumvention of it's like a graduation, a hierarchy of electricity, the reaction to the electric motor within yourself.
Right.
Okay.
There's a lot of electrical things going on right now.
Yeah, everything is electric. It's Aquarius,
right.
The wave, right? But it was my first time coming across such information, and I will find a video and send it to you. It is worth, just take your brain and take a dip in it. Even if you don't understand any part of it, you want to take a picture of that in your brain, because this is the future.
Right.
Okay. It's the future. It's going to, it will have the value of healing so many body stresses that we will come to wellness in a very well understood way. Okay. All through my microscience. As much as we go into the cosmos right now, the very others, and we also going into the microscience of ourselves. right?
Right.
The nanotechnology,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So this is a moment. And when I came across that information, I was totally mesmerized by the implications of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
We are talking about changes in the cosmos that and in microbiology that are similar, resemble each other. It's just
It's
it's
amazing.
just
Yeah.
so it's just the machine is extraordinary. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that a lot. And right now we got Pluto still at 33 minutes of Aquarius, right? And
Right.
look at all the advantages and disadvantages we have gotten to recognize in the last half a year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like the thing vulnerability, whatever,
No
vulnerability,
vulnerability. Yeah. Vulnerability.
vulnerable, coming to the surface that are needed to be addressed before we can go and function well in the future. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
This is like, and you can't undo this knowledge. And so when I was also studying, Renee,
Mm-hmm.
I hope you could see this. I was studying, I'm going to go to my other, you don't
Still,
see anything.
still buffering. Still like circling around, like it's trying to
Uh,
pull it in, but it's not working.
Maybe we'll see it on the replay. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be
We're
there.
just going to go with this understanding for today. Mercury is retrograde. We don't fool around with it.
It's not much you can do about it. Yeah.
And this
Mm-hmm.
is a moment that we are living. It's a moment of initiation. Okay. Another
Mm-hmm.
thing I want you to understand, Renee, is that this month is going to be, last month was big. This month is going to be the same. But it's going to have respites in the moments. It's like right now we're in preparation for the second week of
Mm-hmm.
August. Okay.
Right. Right.
We are preparing ourselves wisely. Okay. Uh, we become wise and we become conscious. Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit more. You want to take in consideration, are you a direct or are you a retrograde in your Pluto? I would suggest, okay, and go to the spiritual effects, in Jeffrey Green's, go into on his website and go look at the retrogrades. Um, what is that for you? But I want you to understand something. Okay, something that is very important. We begin this year, we go through the sign Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, right? To build the idea, to build the fire, to build the intention, to build the desire, right? You understand that, Renee?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm trying to find.
I don't think Pluto was
I'm going to
retrograde
go
when I
to
was born. Yeah.
I'm going to go to the email that I wrote working for this. I was working. We want to understand that esoteric astrology concerns itself primarily with the unfoldment of consciousness,
Right.
with the impact which awaken it to the peculiar gifts of any particular signs and ray endowment, and with
Mm-hmm.
the reaction of the man and his consequence enrichment to his response to the influence of a sign. This is why I want us to focus also that last year Venus was in Leo for an enormous amount of time, closing an era of time, right? And also at the same time, sealing and opening the sacred feminine's energy, releasing its, you know, releasing its potency. All right. So it is important to understand that the consequence enrichment through his response to the influence of a sign working through the esoteric planet from the angle of humanitarian awareness for the disciple or the initiator. Okay. So we are moving into a moment of, you know, this is what we're going through. Humanitarian energy is taking over. To be human, what does that mean to us, right? And that the will of God moves the world. And the love of God determines the results.
Right.
That's a huge statement.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. When I was going through the beginning of this little book, From the Practice of the Presence of God, you know, one of the aspects of always being in the presence of God is to, you know, always be in the service of, for God's sake, you do
Yeah,
it.
right.
For God,
Yeah, it's funny, but it's true. Yeah.
for God's sake, you do it, you know. And if you are, and you do it with love, you do it with good intention, but it is, you're doing it for God's sake. You're doing it for the sake of taking care of yourself,
Yeah.
right? There's a lot of things that we impose upon, that is imposed upon us through our societies that, you know, we were just imposed with, right? We didn't learn to do it for God's sake,
No,
right?
not that time. No, we didn't.
So my energy this weekend, even though it was like kaput, in the exterior world, it was kaput, but in the interior world, I was at a place where communicating with that world of, there's a continuity that has been coming through us, you know. And it's so funny that this little book, the 23rd of August, 1666, the sixes again coming up,
Yeah, right.
you
Big
know,
time. Yeah.
the sixes coming up again. But you get what?
Well, yeah.
You know, you get the 18 with the sixes, and the 19 with the 1. We get 9 plus 1, it gets a 0. It's a new beginning,
Right.
right? And you look at that, serendipity is present in your personal awareness. Okay. I will tell you that even though I was really far out in the depth of what I do, what I think, and whatever, when I was, you know, I did feel a moment of light where like there was still some of me in there.
Yeah, through all the pain. Yeah, through all the
It was
pain.
like I was like that little something of me in there, and it was just enough to carry me over for the next few days. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you look at life situation and what we're going through in 2020, I had this enormous change in life. Okay. And in the energy that we are moving through right now with the alignment of the planets, that is today one of the most spectacular sight that you can see. I posted something on Facebook that you can find me on Andie the Pass. Find what I posted there as far as like I
On
wanted
YouTube.
to, yeah, from YouTube. That is 8 minutes and 46 seconds that are just bliss.
Oh,
Okay.
nice. Yeah.
As far as the knowledge of that little clip of the formations of the planet for this month. And you get God out of that. You get energy out of it. What is God? God is energy. You
Everything's
know,
energy. Yeah.
that's what God is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking at, this is the year where Mercury is moving, is free, is going all over the place. Mercury is going deep in the thoughts, deep in revelations that of what must be healed. Chiron is also retrograde right now. We're going over stuff, but what I want to point out that is very important in Lucis Strauss in esoteric astrology, um, on chapter 2, uh, number 46, you can go to you want to understand the spiritual effect of the zodiacal constellation we're in right now. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
this has been explained a long time ago in the blue books. And it expresses exactly the manifestation of what we are receiving today. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we're closing the age of Pisces. Prior to closing the age of Pisces, we close the age of Aries, right?
Right. Yeah.
And then following the age of Pisces, we're moving into the age of Aquarius. Like it or not, these three signs are the beginning and the end.
All right. Yeah. Because of both. Yeah.
You
Mm-hmm.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No matter how, if your chart is going counterclockwise or clockwise, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a time when we get initiated, when we get understood. Regular organic, regular astrology on there doesn't
Mm-hmm.
really apply to a advanced man, okay? Because by then we have learned to manipulate and understand some of what we are, right? And we can catch ourselves and bring ourselves into the moment of creating the energy to get through the day and to follow through with what your task is, for God's sake, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that using your time meaningfully is one of the things that you can learn to blend. So when I think about this age right now, we are closing the age of Pisces. We are at the time that we finally understand integration in asymmetry and symmetry, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a population, more of us now begin to understand sacred geometry or consider it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this month will bring about, Renee, extreme changes again, earthwise, as far as there could be a new chain of mountain that could come up.
Right. Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
um, Many, like in Canada, in Vancouver, there is where the location of there's a fall, there's a rock slide that came down, and
Yeah. That I know. I just had seen that on the news. Yeah.
and that is huge.
That
Okay,
is. Wow.
uh, we're not equipped to go fix that.
No. No. They don't know what
You
to
get
do. Yeah.
it's not just Canada, or it's just that it is happening all over the world.
Oh,
Okay, Bangladesh is in free fall. Venezuela is. I mean, we're talking about. Oh my God!
yeah.
Right?
They're doing floods and they're drowning
It's
over there.
everywhere. It's everywhere. We cannot escape
Mm-hmm.
it, and it's and the formation of the externalization of who we are. Like, are we going to help each other? Or are we going
Yeah.
to, or are we going to insist to just keep this up? Because there
Right.
is the magic that is revealing itself to us in the next decade It is not magic, it's science meeting spirituality.
Right.
And spirituality is what you are, what I am, what everybody, spiritual is what you assist life to become better with.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. There's no great, you know what I mean? It's what you personally do to assist your life to be lived in joy and helpful to others. The new group of war servers are raising up. We're closing. Who are we? God, I just lost it. What's the group that we are? I lost it. So that is so funny. It's
Oh, it's Mercury retrograde going through. It's hard to communicate things you want to say.
yeah. So it's just you know, it's also my public going sing. You know.
Yeah.
Well, it just went away. Okay,
All
so
right. There's so much happening. It's
yes, so well, yeah, and the new energy that I saw that is coming and revealing itself yesterday. It's probably taking place of the other thing. Okay,
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You're right.
I'm replacing the old with the new. Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
take it, and that's how we have to look at life. Okay, it's not that I'm doing it. It's just that the manifestation of the best part of yourself is coming up. The future astrology is all about the rays, right? The
Right.
houses, and there's a scale to that. There is you know, it is going to have an energy that is going to eventually, not now, but in much later time, it will be the purpose of destinies, right?
Yeah.
Astrology will, when a child will be born, will have the purpose of destinies with them. We are preparing the path for that, you know.
Mm.
So that is what's we're happening right now. And when we're looking at the duality of Pisces, remember that little silver thread of life that the
Right.
two Pisces fishes are held together?
Right.
That bondage or captivity is being broken now in this interlude of time. Okay?
Yeah.
We get to renounce and release and detach from what was. We can't not go through that because that is evolution.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you deny evolution, it's still happening.
That's true. You're not changing it. It's happening. You gotta face the fact it's happening.
You know, evolution changes every day, right?
Yes.
Just like you watch a flower grow every day, and you will
Mhm.
see it, or you. So this is what we are moving through. We are also like I'm proposing that Pluto retrograde and Pluto direct really affects the generations, uh, affects the population. Okay, and it
Mhm.
is a way to begin to learn how to intertwine the yin and the yang of things.
Mhm.
Learning to fit, collaborate. We understand this is your retrograde, it's your moment right now. You feel that way and you sense this. And I can get along with some of that, you know.
Mhm.
But when it goes direct, don't attack me for your ways of being.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
when we go direct, we just go direct. We're moving on.
Moving on. That's right. Can't stop it.
You can't stop progress.
No. Mhm.
You know, it's you
May
can't
not
stop.
like it, but yeah,
You
you
know, you're not gonna like it. A lot of it. Oh God, how many times do we not like what's happening in our lives?
it's true. Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Mhm.
how many times do we go through? And then we become very very miserable with it, right?
Mhm.
And what happens is we keep reaffirming it For real, we do, because I remember before I was as aware as I am today, I kept asking myself, why do uh, what are they saying that I'm reaffirming this? It's happening.
It is happening, yes, whether you like it or not, right?
So, so the man's consciousness in Cancer, okay? We
Mhm.
just went through the man's consciousness in Cancer. Hold on a second. This is really, really powerful, okay? In Aquarius, in this sign, and that's what we are right now in the moment, okay?
Mhm.
And Cancer has been there, and we've done last month, right? And we've done the solstice, and we've done all of this.
Mhm.
In this sign, the long effort of the soul is consummated and concluded, and concludes the experience of the disciple upon the fixed cross. Okay?
Mhm. Mhm.
The man then takes the third initiation and becomes free from personality control, taking the next two initiation upon the cardinal cross. I want,
Mhm.
I something that I remembered from studying is when we think of the motor that I was talking about, that I can actually imagine this now because of what that little clip I saw about the microbiology yesterday.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know, the cardinal cross is in the middle,
Mhm.
okay, and the mutable cross is on the left, and the fixed cross is on the right, I think. Okay. Could be the other ways because I'm usually not good with my left and right.
Mhm. Okay, you know, two which is which.
But
Okay.
what I want to know that one thing I am certain is that the cardinal cross is the cross that has Libra and Aries on it, and
Mhm.
Capricorn and Cancer on it. Okay. That
Mhm.
cardinal cross is the middle shaft of the way it goes. You
Right.
you kind of imagine what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. If you picture the cardinal cross, you could see. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can imagine that on the on one side, okay, is a fix, and on the other side is a mutable. When we're immutable, when we are in Gemini, when we are muting, mutating, okay, we're
Mhm.
adding, right?
Mhm.
And we at the same time we're also separating from something.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay, so the
Mhm.
cross of change is the cross of changing. And
Mhm.
it's the cross of absorbed experience.
Mhm.
Now think of yourself as that. Okay. Your life has been is being lived and journeyed on. Okay. The experience, the absorption of the experience of that life is within.
Mhm.
And the cross of changing, right, at the same time is without, as above, so below,
Yeah. That's
as
right.
the, you know,
The
this is the
opposite.
place, this is that place of, this is really interesting, Renee. This is the place of action and of reaction,
Uh,
of karmic control and of response to impact, leading to the awakening of consciousness to the nature of the goal ahead. So imagine the middle, that cardinal cross on the when the mutable cross is there, right?
mhm.
It's leading the nature, it's leading your goal, your consciousness.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So we can start operating like a little bit more mechanically with ourselves, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Because we're proving so.
Mhm.
We're learning how to maneuver into our aeons and also ionic sphere, which is us, right?
Right.
So the fixed cross, the cross of transmutation, the
Mhm.
other side of the cardinal cross,
Okay.
okay,
Mhm.
is the desire becomes aspiration. Okay, what we've been muting we mutate, mutable at, you know, what has been absorbed as experience, you know,
Right. Mm-hmm.
then we are transmuting to that. We become that on the fixed cross. Okay. And selfishness is transformed into selflessness because it's on the other side. But what's in the middle? The cardinal cross, the cross of transcendence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Personality life and form life and planetary life no longer control. The man stands free. Imagine how important it is to understand those maneuvers.
Yeah, you know what's happening to you. You don't go panic or anything because you know what you're looking at.
You understand your mutable self. Okay, what
Yes.
are you morphing into?
Mm-hmm.
What are you
Yeah,
becoming?
that's true. What are you becoming? Right.
And what are you becoming from what experience are those?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
What action and reaction that is the karmic control of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And right now we are answering to a lot of karma. A lot of us. Trust me, what I got last week, or you know, that was karma.
Wow. What a punch in the nose. Yeah.
You know, because I've had some of those. It's sometimes karma is something that you choose to burn for others.
Yeah.
Because your intention of your God intention to be with yourself and to know yourself as being able to joyfully live a journey in your own expectation, right? And
Right.
having fun with it and creating with it, that
Mm-hmm.
is yours. That's how
Right.
you form it, not according to everybody else, but to your substance, right?
Yeah.
And I applied to the White Lodge a while back.
Right. Yeah, you did. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Melchizedek's always been my guide.
That's right. Yeah.
And, you know, when I was reading this, I started to read the practice of the presence of God, you know, and the way it is mentioned, you know, there's some of those sacrifices, they come true so that you can get closer. You know, one thing, I can pray like nobody's business,
Mm.
but to ask grace for yourself. I can ask grace for somebody else, but to ask grace for yourself is something else. Because there is that sometimes, you know, you can pray. I pray that stops, right? But
Yeah.
it comes to a point when you go, you know, just have grace on me. Get me out of this freaking sack,
Yeah. Really suffering.
you know, because through the time we've become more conscious that we don't die,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
My life, I live my life, I have no attachments. You know, I mean, everything that I've ever been attached on this earth with was taken away from me, you
Mm.
know. So I don't condemn anybody about it. Is that I was supposed to become a spirit that knew how to live without a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then I could understand the sacrifice it takes to be joyful in this world no matter what. Okay. Because the experience of discovering the future is more to me than anything else. You know,
Yeah.
next lifetime I am a quantum, whatever it is. Okay, quantum, whatever.
That
That's my
way.
field.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, I order. You know, very well. Then I make a habit of ordering. You know, skills that I want for my next life, and being a microbiologist is not out of the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's a good one to be too. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So the potency of the moment in time that we're going through, let's start learning to be the cardinal cross that we are. Okay. And because we are living on a cardinal cross right now, also, but we are the sign of a cardinal cross, you and I. And we are in a moment of the cardinal cross with the nodes being in Aries and Libra, right? We've got a few degrees to go with those, you know, but we are in the first decade of it. So
Right.
what we can choose to do now is to use that knowledge that the cardinal cross is that little, you know, shaft in the middle that directs, you know, that
Mhm.
directs that what has been changing and absorbed, right?
Yeah.
And that directs what you're becoming, right?
Mhm.
With the fixed cross. But the cardinal cross, the transcendence of it, what do you take with you in it?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that's true. That's it. Yeah.
that transcendence, what have you become that you really can shine with? Because life is meant to be appreciated for the life that we have.
Mhm. Yeah, we gotta live it to the fullest, really.
Yeah. You know, so when we're looking at this moment, we're looking at, Renee, we're also looking at Neptune being at the 29th degree of Pisces,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
The end of a moment.
Mhm.
Okay. So when we're looking at the nose right now, the nose being in Aries, it is subjective, latent consciousness.
Mhm.
Subjective means it is activable, right?
Mhm.
It's subject, it's there, it is it is comfortably waiting for you to get that consciousness, that will to activate it, right? In Aries.
Right.
Two, the consciousness of duality in Gemini.
Mhm.
Three, mass consciousness in Cancer. Four, individual self consciousness in Leo. That is what we're
Mhm.
doing right now.
Yeah.
5, equilibrize consciousness in Libra. That node, that energy, that cosmic cross, that calibration. 6, group consciousness in Aquarius. Okay. These we have to begin to start thinking, okay, is this in the outer world or in the inner world, right? You are participating to your world, right? So am I in or am I out? Am I in or am I?
Mhm.
We want to start becoming very distinctive that what rays are we? We both are six rays and we both have
That's right.
third
Yeah.
ray energy and fourth ray energy,
Mhm.
right? And we have all of the rays, but the most prominent are 6 and 3 at this moment, and
Mhm.
5. Okay.
Yeah.
So when we're looking at the distinction, wait a minute, the distinction of exoteric and esoteric astrology lies in just such recognition as listed above.
Mhm.
Exoteric astrology deals with the characteristics and qualities of the personality and the form aspects. Is it pleasant or is it not? And also with the events, happening circumstances, and the conditioning environment which appears in the personal horoscope. Okay. That's
Mhm.
the exo. It's, you know, what they see out there, right?
Right.
The esoteric is you unfolding your consciousness and what impact has it in your life and the peculiar gifts that you have, okay, for the particular sign that you are,
Mhm.
and to the particular sign and that you have traveled to become. You know, we were born in one sign, but we live in another sign, right?
Mhm.
And the sign that we live is the sign that we are born after from.
That's
Okay.
when you're gonna be born into that sign, right?
Yeah, so you're going to be very sensitive next lifetime, honey.
I'm very sensitive. Not this time. I will next time, huh? Okay. Thanks.
You're gonna no, it's a beautiful thing. You will have the
Yeah.
knowledge of the inner and the outer.
Oh,
I mean,
both. Yeah, that's great. That's being better. Yeah.
yes, you'll have that because you have learned and satisfied the inquiry of your cardinal cross in this lifetime. Okay, so
Right.
you know where you're going,
I know
right?
I'm going at least. Yeah. It's good.
And I think many of us are going to be in that boat. Okay, we have never had a population before of our own remembrance. Well, we can actually make these kinds of hypotheses and conclusion about ourselves and practice them. Okay.
Mhm.
It's like the exercise of the legs. Okay. I'm going to take notes for 30 days, right?
Mhm.
What is it going to do to my system? Because I am a system.
Mhm.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah. It does. You know, when you're aware of things, it makes a big difference. Yeah.
So, does that give you something to work with right now?
Yeah. I'd
Because it's
like
going
to
to be an
see.
hour.
Yeah. Right. I'd like to see what's happening there.
Yeah,
Because
I'm going to send them a report a problem. Okay.
yeah, tell
I'm
them
going to start
they're gonna
recording.
they're gonna say